Okay. Why was it so important for Marlowe to go to Africa in the service of a Belgian company rather than a British company?
Marlowe had no interest in serving the Belgian company. He simply wanted to go. He was charmed by that snake. For Marlowe, and the narrator tells us in the beginning that he's not a typical seaman, that he, unlike others, wants to get off the boat and see what's out there. He's an adventurer, pure and simple. He has no ulterior motive, no agenda. He is not an imperialist. And in fact, he seems rather disgusted by the Belgians. He seems disgusted, and he acknowledges that he has some prejudice. He talks about the continent. England is an island, so when he's referring to the people who live on the continent, including his aunt, he's talking about, well, she lives in Belgium, and he says, I just wanted to go there, and this was it. I thought of it. Oh yeah, there's that company in Belgium that has interests down there, and they run a company, and well, maybe I can get a job there. And so his aunt sets to work and gets him the job, but he does not align himself with the company. He says when he goes over to Belgium, he says it reminds him. He goes to a city that reminds him of a whited sepulcher. Did you guys talk about what that is? Oh, okay. So a sepulcher, excuse me, is a tomb. It's like, so imagine a coffin, all right, but it's whited. So on the outside it looks pure and white and good. White traditionally represents the idea of purity and goodness, but a whited sepulcher is again a biblical allusion, and it's really referring to hypocrisy. So on the outside, pretty white, pure, good looking. On the inside, it's a rotting corpse. And that's what he thinks of when he goes over to Brussels in Belgium, the city in Belgium. He thinks of a whited sepulcher, and he describes Brussels, and it's beautiful, and this old architecture, and the buildings are gorgeous, and everything's made of white stone, and he thinks of that, and that tells us, his idea of, all right, looks good on the outside, but inside it's like rotting corpses, and that really gets us thinking about the lie. What imperialism on the outside looks really good. That's great. We're going to carry the torch, and like his aunt says, who's Belgian, bringing the light to the ignorant masses, weaning those ignorant masses from their horrid ways. Oh, doesn't that sound great? These great white Christians going in and helping and doing good, just like the whited sepulcher. On the inside, though, when we get to Africa and we see the truth, the reality of what's there, it's like the rotting corpse. It's not good. There's nothing pure or moral about it. And Marlowe recognizes that. He's not there as an agent. And he says he has a moment of startled pause before he goes for the first time in his life, because he feels like an imposter. This isn't his deal. He just wants to explore and be an adventurer. He's uninvolved in a lot of ways. Does that answer your question?
That does.
Okay.